Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi. Today we're going to be reviewing 3 more Astromech droids produced by Stan Solo. In front of me here you can see we have R3-T6, we've got R2-X2 and R2-D2 from Jabba's sail barge. Now I have reviewed a lot of these Stan Solo figures before. In fact I've done a video fairly recently on 4 other Astromech droids that he has produced, and there are now 3 new ones to add to that growing collection of Astromech droids. And if you've watched this channel before, you'll know that I am a massive fan of all of the Astromech droids, so getting new ones in a vintage style like this really does fill me with joy. So let's take a closer look at each of the figures individually and I'll show you what they look like. First up, we'll look at R2-D2 in the Jabba's sail barge version. Now, I have actually previously reviewed the little drinks dispenser thing that Chris has made. He's now made a version of R2-D2 with that on a card, and that's what I'm going to be showing you today. So you can see here that we have a nice, shiny, brand new version of R2-D2 with the little drinks dispenser added on the top of it. And this is an all-new card from Stan Solo. It's got a really lovely image on the front of R2-D2 with a load of very strange looking blue drinks around his head, but that is exactly how you see him in Return of the Jedi on Jabba's barge. This is a figure that Chris has made before, but now it's all sort of packaged together, and I think it does look lovely. And again, it's something, as I've said this in most of the videos I've reviewed of these, I can't understand why Kenner didn't do this sort of back in the 80s. They would have easily sort of sold more of these figures, and everybody's favourite is R2-D2, and just by adding some accessories like this, it makes it a brand new figure. If we turn the card over, you can see this is a 79 back version of a sort of a vintage style card. I just think these look absolutely fantastic. The quality of the card is lovely. It's really nice sort of heavy stock, so it feels exactly like they did, and the way the figure is presented just looks lovely. It's on a nice sort of lime green background. I'll show you a little bit of the drinks dispenser so you can see here this is what it looks like, and I have shown this before, so I'll put some links into the description if you want to see the full review of this. But it does look absolutely fantastic, and it's great if you want to make a little diorama up with Jabba in the background. You can now have R2-D2 dispensing drinks to all of his guests. Then we have 2 droids at opposite ends of the spectrum. We've got R3-T6, which is an Imperial droid that you get to see in the background of the first Death Star, and R2-X2, who you see at the Battle of Yavin. He gets put into one of the X-Wings of Red Squadron. So first up, we got R3-T6, and you can see here this is a sort of standard looking R2-D2, but with a clear dome on top of it, and the clear dome does make it look really very interesting. I do like the fact that you can actually see inside the droid. You can see how it's all been sort of constructed with little sort of cross beams and things like that, but it just makes it seem like it's got a lot more detail to it. Got a little bit of paint application to there just to show the 2 eyes and that, and then a nice fairly sort of straightforward sticker just recoloured to make it look like the droid you see in the photo. If we turn it around, you can see the back of it actually does look remarkably like that. It's a really lovely sort of little droid. Now these droids are made using the pop-up saber version of the R2-D2 body. I think Chris has moulded this for other droids, and rather than sort of making new moulds, he just uses this one over and over, so it works really very well. And right down in the bottom you can see there's a little marking that says SS, standing for Stan Solo. The card this one comes on is a nice Star Wars card with a really quite intriguing image. I do like this, for the fact you just see him there. You've got Darth Vader talking to some Imperial officers as the droid sort of goes away into the background. It's a really nice image, and something I do actually remember seeing quite clearly in the movie. If we turn it over, you can see this is on a 21 back version of the card. And if we look down in the bottom, you can see it says Stan Solo there just in the border. Then we move on to the Rebels, and this is R2-X2 on his card. Again, this is an image that you see quite clearly in the movies of him being sucked up into the bottom of an X-Wing. It's a very nice sort of striking image. Again, this is a 21 back version of the card. All of these lined up like this just look fantastic. It really does take me back to when I was going to the shops and buying Star Wars figures. And you can see here, this is the droid. It's made in a nice sort of vibrant green colour with a white dome and a nice sort of interesting paint application. I do like these sort of lines and details that have been put on. Considering this is the same dome as R2-D2, just the fact you can cast it in different colours and do different paint applications to make it look so different always sort of makes these things look fascinating to me. I like the way that that is possible, and that's exactly what they did in the movies, just sort of recolored the droids to make them look completely different. But that does look very nice. Again, you can see the detailing on the sticker is lovely and crisp and sharp, and they've managed to get a very good color match actually between the sticker and the plastic used, so it's, yeah, really does look the part. As you can see, Stan Solo has been producing a lot of these droids, and I'm starting to build up quite a little sort of army just of the ones that he has produced, and they're really looking very nice. It just goes to show you that the fans are doing sort of some of the work that companies like Hasbro should be doing. Hasbro really need to sort of step up their game and start producing figures that people would want to buy, rather than just sort of recreating the old Star Wars figures over and over again. Why not start making some new ones like this that people like me would actually want to buy? These really do have the look and the feel of the sort of vintage Star Wars figures, but are giving us a whole new selection of things that we never sort of had in our collections. And as you can see, Chris is also making middle legs for a lot of these figures, so do check out the other listings that he has on his Etsy page if you want to start adding middle legs to some of your figures. You can see I've got one on here, I've got one on my R2-Q5 has a little middle leg as well, and it just makes them look that bit more interesting. And really, once you start to build up a display like this, they just looking so nice. Also check out my video that I've just done on the R5 versions of the droids that he's also been producing, and all of the other videos I've done, because he's been making a whole load of figures like this. And yeah, it's just an amazing that after all these years we're starting to get figures that people really want to have in their collections. I'll put a link in the description to the Stan Solo Etsy page, so you can go and have a browse and see what sort of products that they have there. But as you can see, the quality and the sort of finish on all of these figures is really lovely. Also, do check out some of my other reviews. I will put links to those as well at the end of this video, because he's been creating an awful lot of figures, and really it's now more of a whole sort of wave of things that he has created, not just the odd figure. I think there's probably 20 or 30 or more figures that have come out of sort of Chris's work. So do check out all of those. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow toy-polloi on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.